So when I'm multiplying a binomial term by its conjugate, this is like multiplying difference of squares. So if I'm looking at the factors of a difference of squares, this is what they would look like. So when I'm multiplying this, I'm going to get the following. If I use FOIL, a times a is a squared. A times negative root b becomes negative a root b. Root b times a is positive a root b. Remember, order doesn't matter when you're multiplying. And root b times negative root b becomes negative b. Remember, when we multiply a root by itself, it just becomes what's underneath the root itself. So what do we get here? Well, we're going to get a squared, and this minus a root b plus a root b cancels each other out because those are opposite terms, and we're left with a squared minus b. If we take a look at another example, if we have root a plus root b, and we're multiplying it by root a minus root b, again, we're going to follow the same rules of using FOIL and properties of multiplying radicals. Root a times root a becomes a. Root a times negative root b becomes negative root a times root b. Root b times root a becomes positive root a times root b. And root b times negative root b becomes negative b. So you'll start to learn that those two middle terms will always cancel each other out. So we're just going to be left with a minus b for this example. And in the last example, if we have root a plus b root c times root a minus b root c, we're going to have root a times root a, which is going to be a. Then if we FOIL these out, we know that those two middle terms are going to cancel each other out, but we're just going to go through that just in case you need that clarification. So root a times negative b root c is going to be negative b root a root c. And then we're going to have positive b root c times root a, which is going to be positive b root a root c. Now I'm just choosing to go about alphabetical order for my roots, but remember, order doesn't matter when you're multiplying. And then lastly, b root c times negative b root c is going to be negative b times c, because what happens under the square root when we multiply together disappears. So we're going to be left with just a, those two middle terms will cancel each other out, minus bc.